Communicate. Listening and Speaking Skills. Coursebook. By Kate Pickering. CD 1. Unit 1. Vocabulary. Exercise 2.
I suppose I'm a bit of a heavy. Some people say I'm quite fun-loving. I'm really into heavy metal music.
Unit 1. Vocabulary. Exercise 4.
My brother, he does okay at school. He's quite hard-working. He's always in his room studying. He's also really into basketball, which I can't stand. What else? Well, he's quite reserved. He's not an introvert, but he's not what I'd call outgoing. But you can rely on him. If he says he'll do something, then he does it. He's very dependable. Oh, one more thing. His room's a disaster. He doesn't lose stuff, but he's really, really messy.
Unit 1. Vocabulary. Exercise 6. 1.
My little sister's a complete nightmare. She's always coming in my room and getting me into trouble with our parents.
2.
Sophie's my best friend. She's a really nice person and, someone you can trust. She's always there for me.
3.
I like spending time with my gran, and she always has time for me. She doesn't get stressed like Mum and Dad.
4.
If I have a problem, I normally talk to my dad's sister. She's younger than my parents, and she knows what it's like to be 17.
5.
My dad, well, he doesn't like me wearing makeup, and he's always nagging me about my schoolwork and what time I have to be home at night.
6.
I usually hang out with a group of other skaters. We all get on well and we always have a good time together. My best mate is Benny. He's a really funny guy.
Unit 1. Speaking. Exercise 1. Dialogue 1.
Peter, this is Claire. Claire studies at York with Danny.
Hi, Claire. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Peter. So, are you one of Danny's judo friends?
No, I'm not really into sport.
Claire and Danny are on the same course.
What about you? How do you know Danny?
Me? I'm his brother.
Dialogue 2.
Oh my goodness, everything about me in just 1 minute. Let me see. Well, my name's Rebecca. I'm in my first year at university. I'm a vegetarian. I'm really into healthy living. I do yoga. I can't stand smoking, but apart from that, I think I'm quite an understanding person. I'm a good listener. I'm at university. Oh, no, I told you that already. Oh dear. I'm not a very organised person. A bit messy. Phew, that was really difficult. Your turn.
Dialogue 3.
So, how do you know Charlie?
Charlie? Oh, I've known him for ages. We met through a mutual friend.
And?
And what?
I don't know. What does he do? What's he like? Has he got a girlfriend?
Let's see. He works in computers. He's a nice guy, dependable, outgoing, and no, he hasn't. Do you want me to introduce you?
Dialogue 4.
So, who's this?
Who?
Susie, 17.
Where?
Here. She's on your friends list.
Oh, she's just a girl from my class. She's quite a laugh.
Funny photo.
Yes, she doesn't really look like that in real life.
Unit 1. Speaking. Exercise 2B.
Peter, this is Claire. Claire studies at York with Danny.
Hi, Claire. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too. Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Peter. So, are you one of Danny's judo friends?
No, I'm not really into sport.
Claire and Danny are on the same course.
What about you? How do you know Danny?
Me? I'm his brother.
Unit 1. Pronunciation. Exercise A.
Mate. Skater.
Unit 1. Pronunciation. Exercise C.
Neighbor. Lazy. Play. Pain.
Unit 1. Listening. Exercise 3.
OK, Richard. Well, a lot of our older listeners are a bit unsure as to how to get started with social networking. Now, I myself am a bit of a technophobe. How easy is it to sign up with Facebook or MySpace or one of these sites?
Well, it's really very easy. Let me talk you through it.
OK then, let's give it a go.
Well, the first thing you have to do is go to a website, for example, Facebook, then click on the register button.
OK, that sounds easy enough.
Right, and the next step is to create an account for yourself. You then need to choose a password, and you also need to confirm your email address. The website will probably ask you to set up a security question to remind you of your password in case you forget it.
OK, then what?
Once you've done the above, you can upload a photo of yourself and add some personal information to complete your profile.
And what kind of things can I do once I have my account?
Well, social networking's a great way to keep in touch with your current friends and get back in touch with people you used to know. A lot of people use it as an alternative to, say, writing emails or calling people. And of course it saves you saying the same thing over and over to different people.
OK, anything else?
Well, that's really up to you. Some people upload photos and videos and create photo albums. You can create groups and events or join a forum to share opinions about something you're interested in. And of course, you can use the chat room.
Sort of instant messaging.
Exactly.
OK, well, there's certainly a lot of interesting possibilities there.
Unit 1. Listening. Exercises 4 and 5.
OK, so Richard and I are being joined here in the studio by Patrick Hammond, a child psychologist based here in London. Patrick, do you consider yourself to be up to date with things like social networking?
Well, yes. On a personal level, I'm one of over 20 million active Facebook users. And as an adult, I don't see a problem with that. My concern is the effect on children using these sites, particularly after the results of a recent study.
Right, that's the Ofcom study. So, Patrick, could you tell us something about that?
Well, nearly half of 8 to 17-year-olds in Britain have an online profile today.
Wow, as many as that. And are they using the same sites as adults?
Yes, but not in the same proportions. Facebook is by far the most popular site with adults, but with young people, Bebo tops the table with 63% of profiles. And that's not the only difference.
Really? So how else do they differ?
Well, for me, a significant factor is that around 60% of young people use social networking as a way of making friends. With adults, the figure stands at around 17%.
So 60% of young people and only 17% of adults. How far do you think that's a problem?
Well, I certainly think it's changing the way young people interact.
I suppose you're right. OK, so what's your opinion on that?
Well, I'm not sure that's altogether a good thing. But for me, the most worrying thing the survey showed was the lack of parental control over what children do online. 33%, that's a third of all parents, say they set no rules at all for their children's use of social networks. And I think that's a pretty dangerous thing and really quite irresponsible.
Richard, can I bring you in at this point? What do you think about children and social networking? Is Patrick right to be concerned?
Well, yes and no. I think he's certainly right to be concerned about young children using these sites with no control or supervision, but we mustn't forget that being comfortable using computers for this type of virtual interaction is very much part of our life today, and a life skill I feel all young people should learn.
Unit 1. Final task. Exercises 1 and 3.
Could you tell me something about how your son spends his free time?
Yes, of course. Well, he normally goes on the internet when he gets home from school, and I have heard him tapping on his keyboard till late at night, perhaps until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Mrs. James, do you consider your son to be a good student?
Oh, yes. He always tells me that he's done his homework.
I see. And how often do you check he has done his homework?
Well, to be honest, I'm very busy and don't have a lot of time to
Mrs. James, what's your opinion on letting teenagers organise their own time?
I think it's a good idea, isn't it?
Mrs. James, do you consider your son to be an internet addict?
No, of course not. Well, yes, I suppose so. What types of things do you think I could do to change his routines?
You could try controlling his access to the internet.
Unit 1. Pronunciation. Exercise B.
Is your partner a good student?
Unit 1. Review. Exercise 6. 1.
I want to create a social networking account.
2.
My friends and I use MySpace to organise parties.
3.
I've never met anyone through speed dating.
4.
I've got 80 friends on Facebook.